1482, Leonardo da Vinci, a 30-year-old painter, engineer, and genius, began designing the world's biggest bronze horse. The 2-story high statue began as a memorial to the father of his new patron in Milan. It quickly became a monument to the artist's massive ambition. Leonardo's big idea was to stand the 80-ton Colossus on only 2 legs and cast it in only one piece. This, he believed, would make it more graceful, more powerful. It would also make him famous forever. More than 10 years after he hatched the idea, Leonardo presented a full-size clay model to Duke Ludovico Sforza, who reserved the bronze to cast the statue. But the next year, the Duke's father-in-law turned the bronze into cannons to fight his enemies. 6 years later, in 1499, French troops invaded Milan, and archers destroyed Leonardo's clay model, dashing the dream. That was the end of it for almost 500 years. Then, in 1978, a 61-year-old Allentown native read about Leonardo's lost horse in a National Geographic magazine. Charles C. Dent decided then and there that he wanted to make Leonardo's big idea real. The retired airline pilot, art collector, and sculptor would build the horse as a present from the American people to the people of Italy. But how would he do that without a complete blueprint, or even a 3-dimensional model? The answer was to create a modern horse inspired by Leonardo's design. To work on the statue, Charlie built a 50-foot-high domed studio on his farm in Upper Macungie Township and attracted a group of people from all across the nation to join his effort. He consulted Leonardo da Vinci scholars, helped sculpt an 8-foot-high clay model, and hosted an international symposium on Leonardo's idea. He sold objects from his art collection to raise what he liked to call hay for the horse. Just like Leonardo, Charlie worked for 17 years without finishing his bronze horse. In 1994, he died of Lou Gehrig's disease. But 3 years later, Charlie's organization hired master sculptor Nina Akamu to complete the statue. Using her clay model, the Talix Art Foundry cast a 15-ton sculpture with more than 60 sections, including a flowing tail inspired by Leonardo's sketches of water. On September 10, 1999, the magnificent horse captured international attention when it was dedicated in Italy, where it stands today in Milan. It was 500 years to the reported day that Leonardo's clay horse was destroyed. People marveled at the animal's majestic body, his noble stride, the nostrils big enough to hide a human head, and the animated eyes etched with the names of Da Vinci and Dent. The visionary spirit of the horse also was cast into bronze statues that stand in Leonardo's hometown of Vinci, Italy, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and in the courtyard of the Baum School of Art in Allentown.